Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Gap and Glow podcast. I'm your host, Gigi. I'm doing video today. I finally got the gall or the balls to do it. My skin's been really bad, honestly. I've just been feeling kind of like fugly lately, so I just didn't really want to get on the big screen, but my skin is okay today. It's not great. You can see I've got some shiz going on, but whatever, it's fine. I feel like I just needed to jump in and get started. I also didn't want to start doing it until I finished filling in my wall here. I don't have all my decor up, but I figured, let's just get started. I will add to it as we go. But you see I have my beautiful Wicked poster right here, my short and sweet poster, my little cat thing that holds all my crystals. I have this little gummy bear thingy. And then I have this Taylor Swift poster. It's just a mirror ball picture, and it just says all I do is try from Mirror Ball. I love that song. So yeah, here we are with video. You see my beautiful smiling face. And yeah. So we'll just get into a couple of life updates, and then we're going to talk about Love Island All-Stars for the majority of this episode because Love Island's back. We've got All-Star Season 2 going on. I've been loving it. Me and Russell have been watching it every night when it comes out. We finally got fully caught up, and so now we're watching it as it comes out this week. But since I'm in the US and it's a UK-based show, it comes out a week earlier, I think, in the UK than it does for us. So everything that I say is probably going to be a week behind if you're from the UK. But if you're from anywhere else, then you're probably on the same timeline that I'm on. So just a heads up there. But yeah, life updates. Let's see. I'm just looking at my little notes here. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about last week's episode really quick. Last week's episode definitely fell victim to my luteal phase. I think in the scheme of my cycle, the luteal phase is or just in everyone's cycle, the luteal phase is the week or the phase before the menstrual phase or the menstruation phase. So that's usually when I get the most of my mental PMS stuff. So I get very sad, very anxious, very just bleh, just all the things. On top of the fact that, it was freezing outside, the weather was disgusting, it was so gloomy, dark, and, we had the inauguration and all those, crazy things happening last week, and last week was not, the vibes were horrific, and, I tried my best to, put out a good show, but I do feel sometimes, those episodes are just gonna be a little bit, more, raw and, sound like I'm struggling. But, I like to be open and honest about how I'm feeling about things, and I think, the more people are open and honest about things like that, it, one, helps with, the stigma against mental health, and, just being a girl and being, kind of, I don't want to say victim to the cycle, but we live a cyclical existence as a woman, and so it can just, that means you just might have ups and downs here and there, or not here and there, but monthly, depending on what your cycle's like. So I mean, everyone's different, but just kind of, I think, so you don't just feel crazy, because literally I was sobbing over nothing last week. And my boyfriend had came to me with just something super basically he was just because there was this house that we're looking at that I was loving, and he was I'm looking at this other house as well. And so I started crying because I thought that because in my head I was that means you don't love the house that we picked together and whatever. So I was just being a little bit crazy. There was no reason for me to be crying over that. It was fine. So yeah, but it's things like that sometimes things just get a little crazy in this brain as a woman, and I think just on top of that, and then my OCD issues, and then everything going on in the world, just all of it was just coming down on me. So yeah, I I'm sorry. Life is not as doom and gloom as it might have seemed last week. And, I think that's one thing that I realized, like, when I'm on the other side of feeling like that, like, so down like that, it almost feels good to, like, feel, like, kind of so high, like, okay, like, I know the sun's out now, it's warmer, and I'm starting to feel like everything's maybe gonna be okay. I mean, shit's still kind of scary shit is kind of scary. Is scary in the world. I don't know why I keep saying kind of. But all we can do is, like, do our best and keep going. And so, like, I think that's what I'm just trying to do. And also we're getting very close. Today's the last day of January, and, it's time. Soft January. This is the last day of soft January, and now we kind of gotta, like, get up and get moving, like, I'm ready to start really working towards my goals for the year now. It was time, it was ugly outside. We needed some time to chill, just, like, sit in the vibes for a second, and then now we need to, like, get up, get moving. Okay? So yeah, that's kind of gonna be the theme for February. I think it's like, let's make it foxy and financial February. Okay, let's get our finances right, and let's get foxy, you know what I mean? Whatever that means to you. Okay, so my next note that I wanted to talk about in my life updates is I went to the gyno this week on Monday, and it was kind of funny because it was literally like a week, literally exactly 1 week before I went to the gyno was obviously a Monday, and I was having, like, a really hard time that Monday. Like, I was literally, like, having such a bad day, and then it kind of carried on through the week. So it's just funny that literally a week later, I go to the gyno. My gyno's like, also, like, if you're a guy, you probably don't want to listen to this. I mean, I don't know that many guys listen to this podcast anyway, but just honestly, like, skip ahead if you want, or just, like, don't even listen to the episode in general, because, I mean, it's Love Island. I don't know if you like Love Island, but anyway. Oh, yeah. I was like, what was I even saying? Oh, so, my doctor was like, oh, like, if you're spotting a little bit, did you, like, just finish your period, or are you, like, starting your period? And I was like, oh, I didn't know I was spotting, because I didn't, and I was like, I must be about to start it, because, it's close to the end of the month, whatever. So, I also just found out, like, I didn't know this, but, like, because obviously I didn't know I was starting my period, because, like, I didn't see the spotting. So I was sitting in the waiting room. Mind you, okay, so when I got there, my appointment was, like, at 8:30, and I already have, like, health anxiety, and I don't like going to the doctor, so I'm, like, at the doctor's office. I'm waiting for, like, 20 minutes. It's 8:50. They're bringing back everyone else who came in after me. I'm so stressed out. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to go back there. So I finally go back, whatever. But while I was waiting, one girl was leaving, and she was, like, talking to the lady in the front desk, and she's like, I have to reschedule because I'm on my period, and I didn't think about that. And I was like, oh shit, so you can't go? Because I was thinking, like, I'm worried I might have to cancel my appointment if I get my period. And Russell was like, oh, well, I mean, like, I'm sure they, like, deal with that all the time. I'm sure they, like, you don't have to cancel. And I was like, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, you can't go to the gyno if you're on your period, just FYI. Luckily, excuse me, oh my gosh. Luckily, I hadn't, like, really started it yet, so she said it should be fine, whatever. But I think it's because, like, if you need to get a pap smear, which if you're, like, 21 or older, every time you go for your annual, they'll give you a pap smear usually. But I think, like, sometimes, like, your period can mess with the results of the, I don't know, is it like a biopsy or something that they do with the pap smear? I don't know, but basically I think, I don't know if it can give you, like, false positives or whatever. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, just a heads up if you didn't know that. I didn't know that. So but yeah, I just want to say that, like, going to the gyno is one of the worst, like, places to go. And here's the thing is, I don't mind the pap smear, actually. Well, first of all, my doctor is probably like, oh my God, girl, like, you're real scared because like she gets down there, she's like, okay, you gotta open your legs, and I'm like, no, I'm not opening my legs. Like I have those just so close, and she's like, you gotta, crying as I open my legs because it's just so intimate, and I don't know you, like I don't know I don't know you like that, girl. And I don't know, I just get so weird about it. It's just because it's so like clinical, and oh, I just don't want to be showing a doctor my badge, but whatever, we got to do it, you know. The pap smear is like usually pretty quick. Like it doesn't bother me. I know some people don't like it, but that part doesn't bother me. What really bothers me actually is the cervical exam. It's so uncomfortable for me because they have to like put their whole hand up your badge. Like they're literally like elbow deep in your badge, and it's honestly, it's really uncomfortable too. Like, cause I can feel it, and I don't like the feel. I don't know. It's just rancid vibes. I hate it. And like it's kind of painful because I guess they're trying to like really get up like deep in there. I don't know what they're checking for. I don't know, like lumps or whatever. But that is horrific. And I was like telling my boyfriend, he's like, oh well, yeah, it's like that's like a prostate exam. It's not fun, is it? When I'm like, first of all, you've never had a prostate exam before, so don't even start with me. And also, prostate exams, like, you don't start getting until you're 40. Most girls are usually, like, going to the gyno by, like, 16, if not earlier. I think it's, like, whenever you start getting your period, and some people get that earlier, but I think most people are definitely going to the gyno by 16. So we have to do that every year since we're 16. So it's really not the same. It's not the same, boys. I'm sure prostate exams suck, but you don't have to do them as often as we do. So sorry. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny because I was like, no, this is like horrific and like often. Also, like for pap smears, like you get one, the insurance said that insurance says it's not like necessary until you're 21. So 21 and after, they definitely do it. So yeah. So sorry guys, someone was at the door. My dog's barking, going crazy, so I just paused it for a second. But yeah, long story short, the gyno sucks. And I hate going, but it's necessary, unfortunately. And yeah, I just wanted to complain about it, so thanks. Yeah, my next life update is I've been listening to the Dear Abby podcast a lot this week, and you know, I kind of fell off a little bit, so I had to catch up, but I was doing that this week, and her podcast, so I found her through the What We Said podcast. That's like, I love that podcast as well. But one of the hosts, Chelsea, her sister Abby, hosts the Dear Abby podcast, and what she talks about on her podcast is a lot of like, she focuses on a lot of like OCD symptoms and like her OCD recovery, and it's made me feel so like seen and like understood, and she kind of like helps me put like what I experience with OCD into words, and like has also really helped me kind of recognize certain symptoms that I didn't even know like that I do that are actually like OCD driven, and it's not just like something I do. So it's just like it really helps like kind of like open my eyes to a lot of stuff like that. So yeah, I just love her. I'm gonna manifest this, okay? So I hope I get to interview her one day. That would be like my dream. She keeps asking if people want to come on her podcast so she can interview them. And I'm so tempted to DM her because I would love to talk to her. I just feel like she's so insightful, like when it comes to like OCD and just like kind of mental health stuff in general, like anxiety, depression, and like all those things that like come with OCD. So I would love to meet her or talk to her. So just like shout out to her and her podcast. It's really helpful if you have OCD and you're kind of just looking for more people to relate to on that. She's a really good person to listen to. All right, well, that's all my life updates. So let's hop into Love Island. Oh, I'm so excited. I love talking Love Island. So, and I have my notes here. So let's see. Because I have a certain flow of how I want to go about this. So Love Island All-Stars Season 2. I'm on episode 16, so that's the most recent episode that's on Peacock as of today that I'm recording, okay? So and these are all going to be spoilers. If you haven't watched up to that point, you're going to be spoiled. So if you don't want to be spoiled, log out now. So episode 16, the dumpings were... Excuse me, sorry, I don't know why my throat is getting... Sorry, I just had to take a sip of water. There we go. So the dumpings were not Nas. It's so hard because I think it's like Naz and Kaz. Like I think it is like pronounced the same, but like one's spelled like Nas and one's spelled Kaz. So it's hard to like, my brain has a hard time like doing it. But Nas, who was in a relationship or not in a relationship, in a couple with Catherine, and then Kaz and Montel were also dumped, and they were in a couple together. So Kaz and Montel really like just got together. They've only been together like maybe an episode or two. He was very new to the villa. He was getting to know both Kaz and Catherine. Catherine and Naz. Naz is a very like slow burner. And just Catherine had talked to him multiple times about like kind of showing more affection and just like showing her like she wants to feel like wanted and all the things. And he was basically just not doing that. So she ended up being like, okay, I kind of am just gonna move on then. So they were like in a couple, really only in like name only. They weren't really like talking much anymore or anything. Like I hadn't seen him pull her or try or anything. So yeah, they were kind of like dead and gone. So Montel came in, and Montel was from Catherine's season. So they were interested in each other originally, but then Montel got with Leah in that season. I believe was her name. Cute little blonde girl. And they were together, I think, basically the whole time until they got eliminated. I mean, I don't think they were on that very long, but what's it called? So, yeah, Catherine and Montel were talking, so were Montel and Kaz. Montel ended up coupling up with Kaz, and he had told Catherine, like, it doesn't mean that I don't want to get to know you. It just means, like, I'm just, like, curious about getting to know her. Like, me and you have, like, been on a season together. Like, I've never met her in person before. I want to, like, try this out, whatever. So he was telling Catherine that he was still going to talk to her, but I haven't seen her talk to him. I haven't seen him talk to her or her talk to him at all, so I don't really know, like, I don't really think anything's going on there. So I was just like, it stings because, you know, I think those three people were probably some of the best people to go home just because Kaz and, sorry, there's like a tag, see, there's like a tag, like, stabbing me, but it won't. I got it. Yeah, like, Kaz and Montel, like, they were new, and they like each other, so, I mean, they can still, like, hang out on the outside. They got to go together, so, I mean, that's cool. And then Nas, like, he was not, like, doing anything. Like, you really just cannot be a slow burner on Love Island. Like, I hate when people are like, yeah, I'm a slow burner. Why are you on Love Island then? You don't have time. Do you know you have 30 minutes? 30. Like, you gotta go. Like, we don't have time. So, yeah, like, I don't know. Don't be on Love Island then because you literally have 6 weeks, I think. If that. So, yeah. So, Catherine is now single. Because, like, Nas got, you know, the boot. So, she's not in a couple now. So, that leaves her vulnerable. So, I'm manifesting a love connection for her soon. They really need to bring someone in, like, for her specifically, which I feel like they were trying to do with Montel, but just, like, not quite there. Like, they need to do someone that is her type that has never met her before. So, it's not like, oh, well, we've already tried it and it didn't work, whatever. So, yeah. Fingers crossed for Catherine. I do like her. I think she's so cute and pretty and sweet and mature, and I feel like she needs someone good. who's next? Okay. Ronnie and Elma. So, Ronnie, no, bro, no. I can't stand Ronnie. And like he's been really like playing the game with Elma. So you know the whole thing. So Elma and Kaz were really good friends. In the beginning, Elma and Ronnie got coupled up together. They were hanging out, whatever. Ronnie took Kaz to the secret garden. They did a little kiss. That was a whole thing for a little bit. They ended up deciding that like Kaz was like not gonna talk to him anymore. She didn't want to like have beef with her friend. She didn't want to be going with like trying to get to know the same guy. Ronnie apologized to Elma. Elma said that's fine, whatever. They're good. But he's just like, you can tell that he's just like not like fully about her, but like it's like it was almost like he was just trying to like keep it with her so that he maybe has the possibility of like keep going. Like I feel like he was really playing the game with her. What else was it? Oh yeah, he's just not really that into her. I was so happy. Like I feel like she's just been having like a really rough go of it, Alma, the poor thing. So I was really happy for her when she got voted. What's it called? What was it? Fave girl. The favorite. Everyone from the UK voted for their favorite boy and their favorite girl, and they voted Alma as their favorite girl. So it was so cute because she was crying, like because she was so happy that she got voted. Got voted the favorite girl, so I was really happy for her there. Okay, so I'm gonna move on. Still talking about Ronnie, but bringing in another girl here. You know Ronnie loves his love triangles. I mean, there were love triangles with him all throughout his season, and so yeah, I mean, obviously, like I just said, it was like Ronnie, Kaz, and Elma for a second there. That was a love triangle. So yeah, Ronnie's been pursuing Elma, mugging her off, and Harriet from Ronnie's season, they were together, all the things. I guess he asked her to be his girlfriend like multiple times, and she said no just because she couldn't trust him, because he was literally just chasing him around the whole season. He wanted to get to know like every single girl that walked in. It was always love triangles, just all the things. He seems like a very wishy-washy guy. So yeah, so the basically they were doing a kissing challenge in All Stars, and all the boys are blindfolded, all the girls have to kiss the boys, and they rate like out of 10 or whatever. There's one last person who comes in and kisses everyone, kisses Ronnie last. Ronnie immediately knows it's her. When they're done, they get back to the villa, whatever. Ronnie and Harriet talk, and he basically just immediately professes love to her. He says, like, as soon as you came in, all the feelings come rushing back. Like, I'm in love with you. I want to be with you. Da 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 da. As he's doing this, as he says, I love you, he's doing, okay, Ronnie's tongue needs to stay in its assigned seat. Like, he's like, ah, like, like him, like, he was like, I love you. I can't even do it. Like, his tongue moves so fast, I can't even do it right. But it's like oh, like, it's so crazy, so crazy. Whenever, like, he's really excited, he's like, ah. So, yeah, it's just crazy. I keep seeing all these, like, edits, like, or memes about Ronnie's tongue on TikTok, and it's just cracking me up. I saw this one, just like a anteater, like, because you know they have the long tongues that they like stick in the hole to eat the ants. So it's like the anteaters just got their like tongue out their mouth, and it's like Ronnie every episode of Love Island, and it's like so real. And then I saw this other one. Where the girl's like this, doing like, you know, fists, and it's like to that, and it's like me to Ronnie whenever I see his tongue come out, and it's the sound like, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. From Monsters Inc. And honestly, it's so real. Like, I can't, it's actually crazy. Like, I don't understand how his like immediate knee-jerk reaction to things when he's Happy is to stick his tongue out and just shake it as fast as he can. It's actually insane. So yeah, just honorable mention for Ronnie's tongue. But basically, Harriet's like, you know, we'll see. I'm not quite sure about you. She told some of the girls that, like, she's not in love with him anymore. I think she is. I think she's just kind of, like, downplaying it. I don't think she wants to, like, get hurt. I think she's scared, all the things. I hope, and she is kind of making, she's like, you're gonna have to prove it, kind of, you're gonna have to work for it, which I hope she kind of sticks to. I mean, in the one of the most recent episodes, they were, like, making out, and she was, like, sitting on his lap, so, but then they got into, like, a fight right after that, and he was upset, so then that kind of, like, created a rift, and so now, like, I'm not entirely sure where they stand. Like, they were having a conversation, like, right before the dumping, that seemed like it was basically left off, like, he's gonna graft for her, and she just needs to basically, like, know that he's not gonna, like, play her again this time, so he's just gotta prove himself. So I hope she makes him sweat a little bit. I think if he's, like, true, he will, like, want to put in that work. I think, like, I'm totally for second chances. Like, I think you can give someone a second chance. I just think you need to, like, make them work for it, kind of, and, like, if they don't want to work for it, then bye. Like, they obviously don't want it that bad. And I think Harriet, she said her whole journey last season was just her chasing around Ronnie, so, like, she also wants to have a chance to get to know other people. Like, Ronnie got to know Kaz, got to know Alma, so, like, Harriet also wants a chance, like, see or talk to other people. That's what her and Ronnie got in a fight about, I think, after they were kissing, because he was saying he's just not gonna, like, sit around and, like, watch her kiss other guys. But, like, at the same time, it's like right now they're not even coupled up. Like, she's coupled up with Ron, who's, like, another guy, and I think maybe the only reason why he's, like, okay with that is because Ron told Ronnie that he doesn't like her like that, so I guess he's just like, whatever, he doesn't like her anyway, so I'm not worried about it, but I think he's worried about, like, someone else coming in. So yeah, we'll see how it goes with them. I think that's just gonna be a little bit of a mess, but, you know, it could be fun. I just hope she doesn't make Ronnie so happy that his tongue is never inside his mouth. I need less tongue action from Ronnie. In that same vein of just, like, Ron, who was Harriet's current couple, poor thing, he is blind in one eye, and I, like, saw a TikTok that it says it was from, like, a football accident, which I believe is, like, you know, soccer, because they're from the UK, and I guess, like, it hit him, like, in the eye, like, really hard, and his retina detached. Ugh. It just sounds so horrible. And he had to have, like, 20 plus surgeries for them to try to fix it, and they couldn't, like, get his sight back, so they were just, like, they just made it so that it looked, like, recognizable as an eye. It just doesn't have, like, a function, which really stinks. So yeah, I feel really bad for him for that, because that just sounds like, ugh, so awful. Imagine having, like, one, getting hit so hard that your retina detaches, but then also, like, having, like, a ton of surgeries on your eye. Like, that's just, ugh. I also saw on TikTok that Ron was only coming on Love Island this season because he's hoping that his ex is gonna be on from his original season. I think from the TikTok that I saw, someone said that, like, she had posted on TikTok seeing him on Love Island, so it's pretty much confirmed that she's not going. So I don't know what he's gonna do. I feel like he's not super into anyone. I mean, he's coupled up with Harriet, but he's not really, like, trying to get to know anybody. And, like, when he first came in, he was, like, flirty, but, like, now he hasn't been doing anything. Like, ever since he's been coupled up with Harriet, he's just been kind of like, yeah, I'm not interested in her, so he's not talking to her. He's literally not talking to anybody. So I don't know what's going on there. I really don't. So we'll see what his vibes are. Who's next? Okay. Casey and Gabby. They're my favorite couple. I love them. They got to go to the hideaway. Oh, that was so exciting. Literally, like, that day, or no, like, literally it's like 5 minutes before they announce, like, they get the text for the hideaway. They're talking, Casey and Gabby are talking, and they're like, oh, or he was saying something about her being nervous around him, and she's like, yeah, like, I think I'm just nervous around you because we haven't had sex yet. I was like, oh, And then, like, literally 5 minutes later, they're like, the hideaway, like, who wants to go to the hideaway? And then everyone's like, Casey and Gabby, woo. And so I'm like, yes. Like, thank God it wasn't Ek and Curtis. We'll talk about them later, but I just don't like them. I was so happy it was them. It was so exciting. But so, like, obviously they had sex. Like, obviously they had sex. They were just talking about it. And then, what's it called? Because the next day she says, oh, that was exactly what I needed. Obviously they had sex. Like, I'm just like, I wanted them to just be like, yeah, we shagged. But like, so it's not like confirmed, but like to me it's confirmed because like, I mean, from what I saw, it looked like sex. Like someone was on top of someone, there was like some booty pumping, you know, the whole thing. And then Casey, like when they came back, he was like, oh, it was perfect. He was telling his friends that, what'd he say? Because I wrote it down. He said it was the best night of his Love Island career so far. And, or not so far, but you know what I mean. He said it was the best night of his Love Island career yet, is what he said. And that's so, oh, I just love it. I'm just so happy. I really just love him and her together. And I know that they're kind of like having some things here and there, but it's all stemming from like Casey feeling like low-key insecure and getting like a little bit like jealous about like certain things that like Gabby does, but she's not doing anything crazy. It's just like stuff in like games that I think maybe he takes a little bit too much to heart. And I feel like he's not trying to, but I just think he likes her so much he just don't want to see her like kissing other people, whatever. Oh my god, I was crying when they were doing like the kissing challenge and she kissed him and he was like, that's my chicken. Like I was like, ah! So cute. So yeah, let me see, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was, they just always, it seems like they always communicate, they always work it out, like when he is jealous. So I think he's like pretty mature with her, and I think they're a good couple. I really like them. I'm really invested in their relationship also because Casey's best friends with Tom, who met Molly on the first season of All Stars, and they won this season. They now like live together. They're so cute. Like I love their content. I'm obsessed with them, and I'm just like so happy because like they really are the sweetest couple, and it just looks like Tom looks so in love with Molly, and it looks like he treats her so well, and you know I'm so happy for them, and I just like, I want them to get married. That's like my goal. I was like, I just want to see them get married. It's so cute, and she'll be such a beautiful bride. I'm just like, ugh, she's so pretty. But yeah, and then I want Gabby and Casey to follow. But yeah, I'm super invested in Gabby and Casey's relationship because I'm like, who's gonna be double dating with Molly and Tom, you know? So yeah. And then yeah, I really hope nothing happens to them because I think they're so cute, and I know it's early days, but I want them to go all the way. I want them to win. Okay, who else? Scott and Tina. Okay, so I'm iffy about Scott right now because I feel like Scott, he, like when he first came in, he's like handsome, older guy, seems very nice, very mature, sexy, all the things. But I feel like the way he handled the thing with like Tina about like saying something was like missing and whatever was like kind of annoying and immature. He didn't like talk to her about it at all. He's just like, they're literally kissing, they're being so cute, whatever, and then he goes to all his friends and is like, yeah, I just feel like something's missing, da 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 da. And then he says something like, you know, if you were to ask me right now, is she the one? I'd say probably not. And it's so weird because it's like, you really didn't have to say that one. You could like, just because you're not sure if you're fully invested, committed today, like you don't know if tomorrow you'd want to turn around and marry them, you should still at least feel like, I really like them and I'm interested in seeing where this goes, and I'm hopeful for a potential future between us or whatever. Like, you know, if someone were to ask him, is she your future wife? He could say, maybe, who knows? Saying probably not, it just is like, okay, so you clearly like so you just like don't like them, like what? Like if you even like them a little, like you'd be like, I don't know, maybe they could be the one, I don't know. So I just thought that was kind of like weird. They got past it because like she was almost eliminated. She was standing up there with Naz, Kaz, and Montel, and basically the two people who got voted as favorite boy and favorite girl. So a most favorite girl. Luca was voted favorite boy. I haven't gotten to talking to him yet. But they had to pick one person to save out of the 4 people, that's brutal. So they ended up picking Tina because Naz was really not like in a strong couple. Like him and Catherine were like had deaded it off basically, like they're not getting together. And then Kaz and Montel were in a couple already, so they weren't going to save like either one of them alone. Like they would just send them both home together. So Tina was the logical choice of saving. But so yeah, they saved her. But so I do think it was kind of like a wake up call with Scott, because when she got back, he was like kissing her, hugging her. Just like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I'm so glad, like whatever. He even said it was a wake up call, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. But I just hope that he realizes just like how lucky he is to have her, because she really is just like so beautiful, so sweet. I'm obsessed with her. And yeah, I think she's the prettiest girl on Love Island. I would love to like look like her. If someone were to ask me, like, if someone says, I have so much money, I'm gonna give you however much money you want to go and change your face and body to look like one person, I would probably pick Tina, because oh my god, she's stunning. Okay, next people. Luca and Grace. So I really love Luca. I do. I feel like he's very sweet and sensitive. Like I've seen him cry a couple times. He's just like so in his feels. But I think there's also an immaturity to him at times that, you know, I don't love, and I think it definitely takes over in like really unideal times. I would love to see him kind of forget about Tina. Like I know I said that, like I love Tina, but I feel like there's just like so much immaturity with him, like kind of like beefing with Scott over Tina. And I just feel like Tina, she likes Luca, but she's just not really like looking like she's like interested in him anymore. Like I feel like she's just so much more like wanting Scott. And I feel like at this point, if like she did pick Luca because Scott didn't want her, and I don't want that for Luca. Like I don't want him to just be with someone just because they didn't have another choice, you know? So, yeah, I think I want to see him forget about Tina. I want him to, like, kind of let his guard down and let Grace in. I do feel like she's more in it than he is right now, and we'll see what's in store for them. Like, I feel like he's got some boundaries up. He's not, like, you know... I feel like he's sensitive, but he's, like, scared to let people in because he's afraid to get hurt, and so then it just comes out in kind of, like, this weird kind of toxic vibe. So I don't know. But... oh my gosh, poor Grace, her extensions, because she loves to wear her hair in like a slick back ponytail, but you can see like the extensions like popping out like through here. And you know, I just feel bad because she came out as bombshells in like probably maybe like a week and a half after it started or something. So I don't know like how much her hair grew out. I mean, I saw the before video that her hairstylist posted of putting her extensions in. It looked really great. So I don't know, like I just wish she would maybe just like put her hair down so that like she needs to stop wearing her hair slicked back, because then it's less noticeable that like the tracks are growing out, you know? So yeah, I would love for her to, you know, just do more of like a blowout vibe instead of like the slick back ponytail, because it's just, she's so stunning, and it's like her extension strips across her crown are so distracting. So yeah. Who else? Ekin-Su and Curtis. This couple is cursed. Like, I don't like them. I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like they're so annoying. And honestly, like, they just seem really, like, strategic and fake. I feel like they're trying to be this, like, that early couple, that strong mom and dad of villa type vibes, married couple of the villa type vibes at the beginning, that, like, just takes it all the way, wins the money, but I just don't feel like that's genuine. Like, I don't feel like that's really the vibes that they have. I just don't like them. I feel like they're both super fake. Like, there's something about them that's just super fake to me. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong in that, but I don't know. It's almost like they're playing the game is what it feels like to me. I also noticed that Ekin-Su is a huge instigator in the house. Like, she is she is so the drama in that house. Like, whenever something gets kind of kicked up, she's literally in the conversation being like, oh. Like, she's always the one that plants the seed. Like, oh, well, this person said this about you. And it's like, it's almost like, and she does it at, like, she makes it look like she's trying to do it out of, like, good intentions, but, like, it's just, like, she always she kind of knows how to, like, pick at people and poke their buttons or push their buttons and, like, poke their sensitive, like, spots. And she just knows how to, like, kind of get people to fight. So, yeah, I feel like that's also part of, like, the tactic to try to win. So, yeah, I feel like they want their couple to look like the strongest, so they start all these arguments. So, yeah, I don't love them. They're not my favorite. All right, so that is all. Sorry, I have phlegm. That is all of the current couples. At the end of episode 16, they showed 2 bombshells about to walk in. They showed Sammy, which I watched this season. He won with Jess, season 10. And then they showed Danielle as well, who I don't know. I know if you're in the UK, you already know, like, who they pick and everything like that. I'm trying to stay away from spoilers, so I don't know. Well, actually, that's not true. I don't care if they're spoilers. I like to watch the drama unfold, so I really wish, maybe, can someone tell me if there's a way for me to watch Love Island UK and, like, All Stars at the same time as, like, people in the UK so that I'm not behind, because I feel, like, so behind. But anyway, yeah, I'm obviously based in the US, so I watch on Peacock. I'm definitely behind. And if you're from the UK and listening to this episode and I'm talking out of my ass right now, just know that I'm a silly little American. I just don't know. I'm so sheltered. And feel free to spoil it for me. In the comments, hit me up, let me know what you think, and comment on my wrong takes. I don't care. I love hearing other people's Love Island thoughts, so don't worry about, like, spoiling anything for me. Like, just say, oh my god, this is exactly how I was feeling, but actually what happened is this. Like, I don't know, you could say whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to say. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on Love Island season 2. Love Island All-Star season 2. All right. Well, that was super fun. I love Love Island Corner. I'm so happy it's back so I can talk about it. I love being a Love Island podcast, and and I just, I love talking about, like, media and stuff that I love. So I think I'm going to start, like, incorporating more, like, episodes of, like, different things that I'm interested in currently, what I'm watching, movies I've watched that I thought were crazy. Like, maybe I'll do little, like, dramatic retellings of movies and stuff like that. Because, yeah, that's something I noticed, like, when I have a lot of memories of, like, my friends and I, especially in elementary school, like, telling each other, like, detailed, like, retellings of, like, movies or shows because, like, the other person couldn't watch it. And so I feel like I love doing that, and it's kind of, like, I kind of enjoy, like, taking things in through, like, other people's lens. Like, I love listening to someone explain or tell me about a movie they saw, because it's, like, through their point of view. It's kind of cool. So yeah, maybe that'll be something fun that I'll just do throughout some episodes here and there. Do some, like, dramatic retellings of, like, crazy shows, crazy movies that I've watched, whatever. But yeah, so let's do our daily affirmation for a badass. And today it's, I have the serenity to kick some ass today. All right, here we go. Yay. I love these daily affirmations for a badass. They are so empowering, and I just love them. Also, before I say my goodbyes and thank yous and all that good stuff, don't forget, my favorite holiday is coming up, Groundhog Day. I just think Groundhog Day is so fun and silly, and I'm just, like, obsessed with it. I love how we have just this little, like, groundhog that we rely on to give us weather advice. I just think that's so fun and silly. Puxatani Phil, I think is his name, the groundhog. And I've just been loving all the edits that I've been seeing on TikTok of him. It's so fun. I just love it. It's so fun. And then, yeah, hopefully he won't come out. Well, he'll come out, but hopefully he won't tell us that there's 6 more weeks of winter. Hopefully he'll tell us that spring is soon. So fingers crossed for Punxsutawney Phil. Don't let us down, okay? I'm ready to go back to the beach. So yeah, happy Groundhog's Day to all that celebrate. I want to hear from you, so please comment, leave a Q&A, email me, DM me, whatever way you want to get in contact with me. Let me know what you think of the podcast and your thoughts and opinions on today's episode. And sorry, my nose is so itchy. I was going to try to not do it, but oh my god, I couldn't. Yeah, let me know on what you think about Love Island All-Stars this season. Or, you know, your thoughts on how much the kind of sucks or anything like that. If you're liking the podcast, please leave me a rating on Spotify. And don't forget to listen or watch new episodes dropping every Friday. The podcast Instagram and TikTok are Gab and Glow Podcast. The personal Instagram and TikTok is _Gigi Raju _. I'm going to try to get this episode up onto YouTube as well. So I'll definitely do that. It's going to probably go up on Spotify first, but I will let you guys know what the YouTube is when I have that all set up. But lastly, please DM me stories or email them to gabandglowpodcast@gmail.com. I'm always accepting stories like worst dates, worst breakups, family drama, crazy exes, like literally any crazy lore, drop it to me. I'd love to read it on the pod anonymously. Specifically, if you have any really cute date stories, cute relationship stories, or cute friendship stories, I would love some of those for February. So if you want to send me any of those, I'd love to read them. All right. Well, thanks for gabbing with me, and don't forget to keep on glowing. Bye.